sixth graders such as yourself looking at these, and what looks obvious isn't obvious. Okay, in other words, I see somebody look at this and they go, oh, 1/3 to the third, 1/2 to the third power is 1/6. Well, it's not. Okay. It is, and really the best way to do it is actually do it out. You have 3 1/2s times themselves. 1 times 1 times 1 is 1. 2 times 2 is 4 times 2 is 8. 1/8 is what 1/2 to the third power is. Or if I have 2/3 squared, the best thing for you to do is actually write that problem out. That's the same thing as 2/3 times 2/3, which is 2 times 2 is 4, 3 times 3 is 9. 4 9ths. But even more than that, I see people such as Gabby Behrens looking at this problem here and not getting the right answer. Because you look at 0.3 to the third power, and you want to say what? Alex, what do you want to say?
It's just confusing.
That's a good name. Just confusing. Huh. What do you want to say when you look at this? Holly? Okay, you want to say 0.6. Sam wants to say 0.8. Colton wants to say 0.008. Alex wants to say
0.8.
0.8. Taylor wants to say 0.7. Alex wants to say 0.8. Now, can I tell you, Colton Shute is the only one that was right amongst you.
Yes.
I don't know, were you looking in the book, Colton, or is that just your natural math intelligence coming out? Exactly. Because Colton said, to do this, it's 0.2 times 0.2 times 0.2. And yes, 2 times 2 is 8. But you have to remember, there's 1, 2, 3 decimal places in this. 1, 2, 3 decimal places. 0.008.
That's first.
Okay.
I know, right?
Same thing as this one. Zach, are you looking up here? And even one that people get even more wrong is this one. 0.1 squared. It doesn't get any easier than that, but they put exactly. You have to do 0.1 times 0.1. 1 times 1 is 1, but there's 2 decimal places there, so it ends up being 0.01. So don't fall, 0.5 squared. It's not 25 or even 2.5, it's 0.5 times 0.5, which you do have the digits 2 and 5, but there's 2 decimal places, so it's actually 0.25. Okay, it gets a little confusing, and that's why you really need to stop when you see fractions or decimals being squared with exponents. You need to just take a little bit more time and make sure that what you're doing is the right way to do it there. Now, you wanted one more, let me give you one more. A mixture of both of these things would be this. 2 plus 3 squared minus 2 squared plus 3 squared.
So the squared is in parentheses.
Write it just like that. And see what you get for an answer for that. 2 plus 3 squared minus 2 squared plus 3 squared. I mean, when you look at it, it almost looks like they're the same, but unfortunately, that's not going to be the case when it's said and done. Again, following the please excuse my dear Aunt Solly. You get for an answer, somebody's speculating, Emma Kudacek is speculating 12. Phil says
23.
23. Caroline says 12. Taylor,
-2.
-2.
That's what I got to. That's
Gabe,
612.
612. Charlie, 1. Let's take a look. See. You must do the parentheses first. So 2 plus 3 is 5 squared. In here, interestingly, children, you have to do the parentheses, but then in parentheses you have to work in grouping symbols as well. So it's like a grouping symbol inside grouping symbols. You need to do 2 to the second power, which is 4, plus 3 to the second power, which is 9. Still working in the parenthesis here, you get 13. And 5 squared is 25. 25 minus 13 is 18.
Oh yeah.